Hello, in this tutorial I'm gonna show you how to use state component with blueprints. We're gonna create simple enemy that has 4 states: patrolling, attacking, hit reaction and death. This is how it's gonna look like. This is the end result. So AI wanders around. As I move inside the attack range, he starts to shoot. I can damage him. He has some simple hit reaction, and he can also die. When he dies, he just starts simulating physics and then despawns. There will be also a tutorial for C++ users, but even if you do not plan to use a state component with C++, I still encourage you to take a look, because I'm gonna talk more in depth, let's say, about state component, and you will gonna still learn some new things, so you're gonna benefit. That's all. I hope you will learn a lot. Have a good time. So we're gonna base our example off of first-person template. So go ahead and create first-person template project from the launcher. Remember to to enable C++ for it and starter content, and then run it. And as it loads, we need to enable the plugins. So go to Edit, Plugins, type state component. It's called GG state component, tick it, and then you will need to restart the editor. When you did it, we need to modify the scene a bit, so to make it look like so. So there is nothing except a player and a huge floor, so you need to remove all the static meshes except the floor and make the floor bigger. Then create a simple character. Mine is called Sentry Enemy, and give him 2 components. This is how it looks like. Give him 2 components, the one for body and the second for face. The body is just a white capsule and the face is just a sphere. At the beginning we're gonna add a patrol state to the enemy. Actually, I've already did this, and I'm gonna walk you through the process. So in our Sentry Enemy, I've added GG state component. What is interesting here for you is this GG state component sector. For now, let's leave it for now. What is important right now is gameplay transparent, because the state component operates on some states and it needs to know on which state it operates on. So we need to check here just the topmost tag in the hierarchy. Okay. Then in begin play, so as the game starts, we want our enemy to patrol. So in begin play, I've activated patrol state. So now we need to define logic for the patrol state, and we do it by defining some callbacks. There are up to 3 callbacks to define: patrol start, stop, and update. And as the state activates, start callback is called. When it deactivates, stop is called, and update is called in between. To connect those callbacks to the state component, we need to call events to on state activated, deactivated, updated. So let's assume that I am doing it for dev state. Drag this and add custom event, dev start. Then there is callback for deactivation and callback for update. So I've already did all of this for patrol, and it's here. So now let's implement the patrolling. So I've introduced function go to next patrol point function, and it's just simple move to location. What we are doing here, we are taking actor location and we are basically calculating some random point around the actor, and we are moving to this location. Be sure to uncheck use pathfinding, because we don't have nav mesh on the level, and if this is checked, the actor won't move. In patrol start, I'm initiating movement by calling go to next patrol point. In patrol stop, I am calling stop movement. And in patrol update, I test did we finish moving, and if so, it means that we reached destination and I am safe to go to next patrol point again. Let's test this. So as you can see, our enemy is randomly wandering, so patrol state kicked in. Now let us spice things up a bit and let's add attack state to the enemy. So I've already, as before, I've already did this, and I'm gonna describe the process to you. So in character movement, I've changed max walk speed from 600 to 200. I've added him an attack distance variable, which is set to 800. I've implemented tick state, tick event, sorry. At the beginning, there is a debug functionality. So what we are doing here, we are printing the attack distance. So we are visualizing attack distance, and also we are printing the GG state component, internal state, by calling get debug string. So this method will gonna give us the overview of what is happening inside state component. Do you see it? It's here. So all the states are printed, and it says that patrolling is active. Then also in tick, I check if the player is inside the attack distance, and if so, I am activating attack state. So it will happen that I will call activate state on already active state, but this is totally fine, because when you call active state, basically the additional calling active state on already active one is doing nothing. And at the very end, I am also in tick, I am activating patrolling. This previously was here, but I move it to tick. And the reason for this is that we really should try to activate patrolling whenever we can. This is our default behavior, and if there is nothing stopping us from entering patrol state, we should do it. And now our attack state. So in the start, I am calling set focus to player. So this will make AI to rotate towards player. This is unimportant for now. Then in stop, I am calling clear focus. So this will make AI to lose the focus from the player. In update, every 0.4 seconds, I am calling spawn enemy projectile, and I'm spawning it so that I am spawning it in the position of the face, and with rotation such that the projectile's x-axis is aligned to where the AI is looking. The projectile is nothing fancy, it is just a sphere. I've disabled all the collisions for it because we will not be implementing collision between projectile and the enemy. And there is only one node in here, add local offsets, so it just moves the projectile along the x-axis. So the AI spawns the enemy, spawns the projectile with x-axis aligned to where he is looking, and then this projectile takes over and it moves along this line of sight of his. Apart from that, I am checking if because in this delay, during this delay, the attack state could be deactivated. So I am just making sure that we are still attacking it. So then I am spawning the projectile. Here is the deactivation for attack. So the update attack in its update checks if it deactivates itself. We check if we move out of the attack range, and if so, we deactivate attacking. Okay, let me just revert one more thing, okay? Pretend that you don't see it. because I've left it here by mistake from my previous run. Okay, so now let's test it. As you can see, the patrol state is active. As I move into the attack range, he is entering, the attack also becomes active. So everything is fine, everything works as intended, but we really don't want this behavior. So when he is attacking, we want him to cease patrolling. So how are we gonna do it? It is entirely possible for us to write a code. So for example, in attack start, write a code, deactivate state with attacking. And this is fine, it would work. However, we can do it even better. To express some, we can use a state component to express some static dependencies between the states. Here are state rules, and this is we can use it for this purpose. So we can say, for example, that attack state is blocking patrolling, and now we don't need to write any code, it should work. I enter the attack range and look, patrol is blocked because attack became active. So when the attack became active, the patrol state stop on patrol state was called, the AI stopped, and now the patrol state is blocked until the attack will cease to be active. Okay, so this is pretty much it, except for one little thing. So look, when I enter the attack range, he starts to shoot at us. When I leave it, he immediately starts to patrolling once again. So in my opinion, this isn't very nice behavior. It is a bit artificial. I would like him to have a small cooldown on patrol after we end the attack state. So what we're gonna say in attack stop, we're gonna say block states for time. We're gonna say patrol and let's say 2 seconds. And we're gonna say it is cooldown after attack. Okay. Now, as I move into range, he starts to shoot, and now I left the range and it says that patrol is blocked, and it gives me the reason why. It says this is this ID that I've put there, cooldown after attack, and also there's a timer how long this cooldown will last. Yeah, so this is basically it. Now our AI can wander and can shoot at us.